Welcome back, everybody. Live on location. Hot Mic rolls on this Thursday morning, 2024 Bison Media Day. Just finally get a chance to settle in for our show here. Our thanks to Randy Hedberg and Jake Landry for joining us. Big second hour is on tap for us as well. NDSU Athletic Director Matt Larson will join us. We're going to spend about a half hour with Matt about all the big topics surrounding college athletics, from the House settlement with the NCAA. We haven't had a chance to discuss that with him and how it affects the NDSU Athletic Department, to fan buildup for the game at Colorado and some special stuff happening there. So we'll chat about that with Matt at 10 o'clock. Derek Lang is going to join us as well. NDSU Team Makers Executive Director at 10:35, former Bison running back, to discuss his memories of fall camp, and also now on the flip side about fan engagement, getting everybody excited for the new season. The schedule is dynamite. I'll say that, and you can say whatever you want, that we're a shill for the company because the games are on WDAY. I'll remind you, we don't have everything game this year. We have 9 of the 12 because of the ESPN deal with the Missouri Valley Football Conference. But the football schedule this year, outside of the game with Colorado, which grabs everybody's attention, you have the two biggies at home, the Jacks and UND. Illinois State is a really, I think, we talked about on Bison Media Zone yesterday, that is a sneaky good game for the opener on the conference. They end the season with a biggie at South Dakota. There's a couple of new opponents on the schedule that are coming to the Fargo Dome for the first time, in Towson and Tennessee State. So we'll visit with Langer about all that coming up at 10:35. Real quick before we get to our interview with Dylan Hendricks, I mentioned we're 3 practices in. The Bison have a mandated off day today. They're going to be back tomorrow with their next practice. The first time they'll put the pads on will be on Sunday in anticipation of the second full week of camp. We are exactly 4 weeks from today from the season opener at Colorado. We'll be live in Boulder that morning to get ready for the 2024 football season. But so far through camp, couple of initial impressions. Defense looks quick, looks fast. Linebackers looking awfully impressive so far. Defensive backs being coached by Will Johnson and Devin Kleiman have some work to do there. There are some initial guys that are impressing. Jalen Duffy is one. Jalen Crumby is another to keep an eye on in the defensive backfield heading in to this upcoming season. Offensively, everyone wants to talk offensive line. There's not much I can add there other than what you heard from the offensive coordinator. It's definitely going to be fluid. The head coach has told me that as well, that whatever you see now, not necessarily what's going to be the lineup for the Bison when they take the field in Boulder on August the 29th, 4 weeks from today. Defensively, as we mentioned, that defensive line brings back some great athleticism and depth and experience. Not just Eli Mostart, not just Will Mostart, not just Jackson Dutenheffer and Cody Heisman, but Dylan Hendricks is back. And Hendricks has had quite the road to the field with nearly 3 full missed seasons because of injury. He had a flourishing 2023. He was a first-team All-Missouri Valley Conference selection. He's a preseason first-team pick. He's also on the preseason watch list for the Buck Buchanan Award, which goes to the top player in FCS. I visited with Dylan yesterday after practice, get his thoughts on last year and expectations for 2024.
I haven't had a chance to talk to you since the end of the last year. Tell me the frustrations of not being able to play that last game.
Yeah, no, it sucks. I mean, you work all year to hopefully achieve that point of play, and to kind of get injured right there at the end really sucked, and it hurt. And just watching all the guys go out, still happy for them, but obviously it hurt really bad, and obviously like hoping that I could be out there, you know. So, but
tell me about expectations yourself. Obviously, with an enhanced leadership position, how does that suit you, and how do you feel about that heading into the season?
So far, I like it a lot. It's been different, and I've kind of tried to embrace the change as much as I could. I love working with the younger guys, trying to get them. It's all about us, you know, trying to propel this team to be the best that we can possibly be. So I think that's probably my biggest role right now, is trying to help out us the best that I can.
About last year, how personally gratifying was it to finally play, have success out there, and show the kind of ability that you've had, just haven't had a chance to do it?
Yeah, no, it's been a blast, and I think the best thing, though, at the end of the day, you know, is just getting wins. And obviously it didn't finish the way that we wanted it to, so I think no matter what the stats say, what awards you get or whatever, that doesn't really mean a lot to us. It's going out there and winning football games.
Describe what Coach Littlejohn has meant so far, and what is the energy being a former Bison? How much has that changed the defensive end room?
Yeah, no, I think it changes it a lot. Carlton, in his own personality, it's been awesome so far, and so much pride in this program, and, you know, all the old references of how he used to have it and stuff is always great. And, It's great just to see the love that he has for this program, and he's pouring it back into us. It means the world to me, and it means the world to our position group and the guys around us.
You have a few young guys there that have played. Kelton's played a little bit. Toby's got out there. For fans that haven't seen him yet, give us what to expect from these guys and how much you're going to count on them in 2024.
Yeah, I think we're going to count on him a lot in 2024. We look at rotating a lot of guys. We got a lot of talent. Toby's a big kid. He's really powerful. He's fast. Kelton, the same thing. I mean, he's long, lanky, and fast. So, I mean, we got a lot of guys with a lot of talent, and we're looking forward to utilizing everybody in their own unique ways.
How much have you talked with Hunter? Hunter had a similar situation, ready to play. He got hurt, missed all of last season. To get him back and add that into your room as well.
Yeah, I know, and it means a lot because when you get hurt like that, pull a season from a guy, man, it's tough and it's hard to come back. But I think the best thing about Hunter is he had a killer mindset, and he attacked his whole rehab. He attacked getting back, and he's juiced now, and I'm super excited to go out there and ball out with him.
How good can this defense be?
I guess we'll find out.
To have your name out there, Buchanan watch list, all conference, I know you're worried about wins. What does that say, though, when peers and other teams are recognizing the kind of talent you bring?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I think that goes a lot to say against the guys that I go up against every day, too. Just looking at the talent and on the other side of the ball and how hard they push us to be as good as we can be. I think it goes both ways, but it's awesome, and I'm very happy for it. But, yeah.
I'm interested, just going up against a guy like Gray Zabel every day, how much does that make you better?
Oh, it's insane. Gray is amazing. He's crazy athletic, got great feet, great hands, and he's strong, smart. It's tough. It's tough to go up against a guy like that, but it pushes you. It makes you want to be better, because you know how good of a player that you are, But it's amazing, like they say, iron sharpens iron, and I think Gray is a prime example of that.
Last question, with Coach Polisic being a Wisconsin guy, how much is that? Have you guys connected on that? And just what does that mean for the other Wisconsin natives that he's a Wisconsin guy as well?
Oh, I think that's awesome. All of us Wisconsin guys kind of get together, and we got our own little connection going on. Obviously, Goose, is a Wisconsin guy, so we all chop it up, and it's a good thing that we got going here.
Hendricks there, we appreciate his time and the struggles he had. As I mentioned, the neck injuries twice. He had a broken neck. We profiled that last year during the football season. To come back from that and have the kind of impact that I think Matt Entz was hoping for when they recruited him out of Pulaski, Wisconsin in 2018, to finally come here and then show that 5 years later made it well worth the wait. And you heard the answer he gave during that interview, I thought was pretty telling about the road back to the field, and now hoping for even a bigger and better 2024. They're going to need it out of that defensive line. We mentioned with the young guys that we talked about, Toby Anena and Kelton McCaslin, those are two young defensive ends they have a lot of high hopes on, haven't played a ton of football yet. You have Hunter Zenzen, who's yet to play a down for the Bison. Remember this time last year, super excited to see what the Barnesville native Iowa State transfer could do, and then had the List Frank injury and didn't play a down last season. No, there's a lot of excitement to have him back at the defensive end spot. That's something we've talked about in past years before we go to break, where the Bison have had that devastating end, the one that could get to the quarterback from, you look back all the way to Cole Jurek and Kyle Emanuel, who were devastating. A Coulter Boyer in the early days of the Division I run that just got pressure on the quarterback, to the later days of Greg Menard and Derek Tuska that were just disruptors on the defensive line. Braden Thomas certainly fit that role for the Bison in 2021. Not sure North Dakota State has had that over the last handful of years, last 2 years, 22 and 23, with a guy that you knew off the edge that had to take up two offensive linemen. Can Hendricks be that guy in 2024? Potentially. I know the Bison coaching staff has a lot of hope, and Kelton McCaslin could fill that role. That's a lot of expectation for a man who's going to be a sophomore this upcoming fall for NDSU. We're due for a break here. We'll come back. We'll wrap up hour one. We'll get an Olympic update as well. Know those are going on. The U.S. men's basketball team played yesterday and won. The Twins won a game. We'll give you updates and everything else happened in the sports world, and a big second hour planned here on Bison Media Day for Hot Mike. Live on location from the indoor practice facility. We roll on. Back after this.